Welcome to Chosen Nation Sports. This is your boy Mujere White, just an ordinary guy discussing the beautiful game as I know it. Coming to you for the very first time, for the very last time discussing the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Obviously, you all saw the winners. Lionel Messi and Argentina have become the third time champions of this spectacular World Cup. So let's just dive into it. 2-2, oh not 2-2, 3-3. The final scoreline was after extra time, and Argentina beating France 4-2 on penalties. I saw this one coming. Argentina have been awarded 5 penalties in the World Cup, most by any team. I think for probably after how many years is it? Let me just check just to make sure. I think the last time was in 1837. No, I'm lying. 1966. So it means Russia penalty, they can score penalties, but obviously the 5 were taken by only one player for them, and he scored 4 of them and he missed 1. So it wasn't a surprise that Martenes was prepared. And we all know Martenes, especially when it comes to penalties, he's a beast. Like he will change her into some form when it comes to penalties. Like he's that good at penalties. Remember like a Copa America 2021 that they won? He won it for them, got a penalty shootout, he made crucial saves. So intimidating another team's player, that's what they do, that's what he does. And it worked for him because France scored only 2 and missed the other penalties. It's just unfortunate for Mbappe that he had to go through this thing, because he took his team, he lifted his team, he tried, but he couldn't, because he scored his first penalty. So Mbappe on the game scored 4, he scored 3 penalties as well. So the hat trick of penalties he scored. He scored a hat trick. Probably man of the match, debatable. It was awarded to Messi, obviously, for obvious reasons, that because Argentina won the game. But let me ask you what you think in the comment section. Who deserves the man of the match? For me, Mbappe all the way. He carried his team. He scored 3 goals. He was present in all the build-ups. After Didier Deschamps made those changes, they suited Mbappe more. He was a danger always to the Argentinian defense. So for me, he worked for his team. He got 3 goals to show for it. So he deserved a man of the match for me. Messi scored 1. I don't think he assisted a goal in the match. Oh, he scored 2, sorry. Did he assist a goal? I don't think he assisted any goal. He just scored 1. And he obviously was present in his team's attack as well. But what does it take? I was just speaking to my friend earlier on. What does it take? You score a hat trick for a team, you help your team come from behind to equal, and you score a hat trick in a World Cup match final. What else do you have to do to get a man of the match? What else? Or maybe unless your name is not Messi. I'm not, guys. I love Messi. I've always loved Messi. I've always been a fan of Messi. People can tell you all that I've always been a fan of Messi. Just I don't like how people, like, because they love Messi now they can credit the other player or the other opponent. For them it's Messi all the way. They like, it's like they're blindfolded, like the parent, they like this, they can't see that on the other side. I think it's, for me, it's Messi's fans, they like, or Ronaldo's fans, they like, or Mbappe's fans, they also. I am a fan of football. I am a lover of football. So for me, I'm not taking sides of who's best, who's not best. But if someone performs on the day, I would gladly give them credit for what they've done. So that's what I'm saying. Congratulations, Messi, a well-deserved FIFA World Cup. Um, on the day, for me, they deserved it because uh, France didn't come to the party in the first half. So let's just dive into it. Let me give you my reactions of the match. After the politics, whether you're a Messi fan or Ronaldo fan or Mbappe fan, at the end of the day, we are all fans of football. And for me, Ronaldo and Messi will always be two of the greatest football players we've ever seen to date. Argue with me, it doesn't matter. Every single one of them has their own attributes, has their own strengths, has their own weaknesses. For me, you can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. Because if you compare the two, Ronaldo, or better Messi Katro. Ronaldo is a goal scorer. Messi is a creator. You see, like everyone, it's like a team. It's like a team. Everyone in the team has their own position. And for us to win, everyone needs to stick to your own position and tactics and instructions. So if one now at one position like a goalkeeper now he wants to score, obviously there's no goalkeeper. We're not gonna win. So as I'm saying, Ronaldo, Messi, two of them the best at what they do. They're the greatest. I don't think we'll ever see a Messi and a Ronaldo again in our lifetime. And we thank them for all the good times they've done for us. We thank them for all the good times they've done for us. So Messi, Ronaldo, unfortunately Messi now obviously will have this, Ronaldo will have this monkey on his back that Messi has a World Cup and he doesn't. But it's just football. It's just football. It's just how it is. Let's just dive into obviously Mbappe is still young, he still has a long way to go. So there's like some Fage, and he's not at their level. He is on their heels, but he's not on their level. But two of the greatest players of all time. Maybe this might be possibly their last World Cup. But I had Croatia's Luka Modric saying he would love to play in the next World Cup. And for me, it's exciting. Because if he says he would love to play at the next World Cup, which means he's going to keep himself fit for the next World Cup, which gives other people similar age as he to also have aspirations to play for the next World Cup. But they will be old. But it's going to be tricky because now if they still continue playing like this, let's say for example, Lionel Messi still continues playing like this, don't you think he's going to be picked to play at the next World Cup for Argentina? So we'll see how that one pans out. So yeah. Where were we? 3-3. Argentina had like 20 shots. They had 20 shots on goal compared to France's 10. 10 on target. France got 6 on target, 3 were goals. The other one, 3 were goals, 4 were just. So ball position was 44 Argentina and 45 to the French. Let's dive it, or let's take a look piece by piece, half by half, extra time by extra time penalties. So yeah, here we go. First half. Obviously, they went ahead with the penalty on Messi, which I thought was a soft penalty, but a penalty nevertheless. I remember I was watching with my friends. I told Ntanga, like, the minute Di Maria beat Ousmane Dembele and Ousmane came running, I told him it's going to be a penalty. He's going to make a penalty. Which is what happens most of the time. A defender gets beaten, and they want to go and grab the ball. You can't do that. As a professional football player, you know that the opponent immediately has into the penalty area. Any touch, any touch, they are going to fall. It doesn't matter it's gonna be a penalty. You can never do that. Especially the World Cup game, 23 minutes into the game, you do that. It's gonna be a penalty. I told them. Penalty, Messi which scores. But I think the turning point, Lionel Scolari, I think he got his starting lineup. He got it to point. Remember, Di Maria has been playing for the past 2 games. I think he came on as a substitute in the extra time. In Argentina's last match. But what a selection by the coach, bringing him in the World Cup final, and it paid off for him because he was dangerous. Every time he got the ball, every time he received the ball, he was dangerous. Dembele for me was France's weakest player in the first half. Weakest player in the first half. Weakest player in the first half. He didn't help counter any, like, he didn't help him at all. Marking high was off. Forward play high was off. He lost position of the ball too many times. He couldn't pass to his opponent. So for me, Dembele was the weakest player on the field. And Didier Deschamps, heads up to him. He saw what we saw. He saw what we saw, and he made changes. He didn't wait for halftime, halftime, and then he acted as one should. One should. If you see a problem, you fix it now. Are we clear or no? No. You fix it now, which I felt the Argentine scholar didn't do for Argentina when France started coming up to them. But that was speaker. So Didier Deschamps saw his team were now losing. He saw that. He saw now Dembele is not playing at all. He's just losing balls. He doesn't help Conde with anything. He made changes. He took out Ousmane Dembele. He took out Giroud. For me, I thought the Giroud substitute for me. If it were me, I wouldn't have taken Giroud out. But looking at what happened after that, it was a good move from the manager. He knew what he was doing. At the point we saw, what is DJ doing now? Why are you taking out Giroud? Because if you remember the last match, Netherlands against Argentina, for Netherlands to come back, they needed to go route one and play crosses, and Giroud would have helped in that play. But I think the camp said, no, he thought, Argentina might have a strategy to deal with long balls. Let me try something else. So he took out Giroud, he took out Dembele, he put on Marcus Thuram, and he put on Colomwini. For me, they completely changed the game. But to a certain point, they changed the game to a certain point. I will tell you my player who changed the game for France, and I think we will all agree on that. When they went into the half, the two boys came in. France started to create chances. They started to be more offensive. They started to get Mbappe on the ball. Because remember, Mbappe was not, we didn't see Mbappe that much. Griezmann was dead. We didn't see Griezmann playing his balls, his crosses, his passes that he used to play. Because for me, he's been one of the best players in this World Cup for France, Anthony Griezmann. But on the day, he couldn't do anything. I felt the same thing that between the game, France and England, that France midfield, it's not up to standard for me. It's probably the weakest France midfield of World Cups we've seen. This one, and not taking away from the players, from Chumani, from Fofana, from Kamavinga and the rest. But I'm saying it was the weakest, because if you look at the first half of the game, Argentina wanted it more. Argentina played, they dominated the midfield, they won second balls, they won first balls. They like each and every player Argentina knew their role. They pressed the ball faster than what France was doing. If they lost the ball, they would press. Mbappe, two men marking Mbappe. Always Mbappe outside the ball, there were two men marking Mbappe. It was their strategy to keep him quiet, because they know Mbappe without pace, he's not gonna win. So they put one so that when he try to get around the other player with pace, Mongola just shoulders him out of the game. That way, we didn't see crosses for Giroud. Dembele, as I said, was awful. So the Cavs made the two substitutes, and the two boys came in, did something. Mbappe played as 9, which I also feel for Mbappe's number 9 position, especially the French team, doesn't suit him. He doesn't like playing as a number 9. Not he doesn't like playing, but for me, he is not as dangerous as he is on the winger than when he plays on number 9. So he played number 9 in the last 15 minutes when the two boys came in, and we went into the first half. We went into the break. They didn't concede so many goals. Di Maria, Havas Nunta, because they took out Dembele, they put Thuram, And now Toran could help Conde, because now Di Maria first half, not Di Maria, sorry, Di Maria first half, yeah, Di Maria first half was exceptional. He looked dangerous receiving the ball. He looked dangerous on the ball because Dembele was not helping his fullback. So Toran came in, he helped him. Di Maria got a few chances, but he was not as dangerous as he was in the first half. So now Scolari saw that the game might have been won. He saw that the game might have been won in the 64th minute. Remember, now we are in the 64th minute. He took out Di Maria. He thought he won him the match with his goal. He took him out. He put in Acuna. He wanted to defend. And he saw, now that side Di Maria, now Turan was making a nuisance of himself, because now he was making runs. He was holding the ball nicely, and he was starting to create chances for France. So now what he took out Di Maria, Acuna, to defend, to stabilize his defense. He thought, okay, let me win the game. Let me defend now. Little did he know. Now the substitute that not won the game, but the substitute that completely changed the game for me. Camavinga for Theo Hernandez, Coman for Andres Griezmann. Those two changes. Remember the first two, Toran and Munir, the other part. They tried to, now France started trying to play and create chances. But these two, Coman, Coman has speed. Coman can beat his man. And now Camavinga, Bamotensa as a left back, a shift left back, because they took out Theo Hernandez. A shift left back, and now because Koeman plays Dembele, the role of Dembele. Now Mbappe goes back to the side, and Turan plays as number 9. Guys, now we saw France start playing nicely now. Chumani obviously in the middle of the park. Those passes, Camavinga, Namakile, like his life depended on him. There's a picture, people saying he put Messi in his pocket. Because since he came in, Camavinga, he played crucial passes. He made crucial tackles for me. And that made France now to go and create chances. Which Leona, they received a penalty which Mbappe scored to take the scoreline 2-1. At that point, France were gaining momentum. As a coach, Argentina, you should have seen that coming. You should have made changes, but you let it go. It's like, maybe it was a lucky goal, because obviously it's a penalty. But Messi lost the ball in the middle of the park. France countered, Mbappe equalized, 2-2 was the scoreline. And now the game was balanced, but France had an upper hand. France had momentum. They could have killed the game. Before extra time, I felt France could have scored the third goal and killed the game. I think there were times where Mbappe should have passed. He decided to go on his own. I felt like if they had a longer player in terms of height, there were crosses that were made in the box. 2 of them to be right, and they missed them because of player Razamano were short. But France could have buried the game, and we could have seen France winning the World Cup in normal time, 3-2, because they had momentum to go. But nevertheless, I think somehow it wore off the momentum of France, and we went to extra time. Messi scored. Initially was called for offside. It wasn't an offside. I think it's Camavinga tried to clear it from Camara goal line, which he failed to do, and they scored. Varane was out injured. Konate came. I felt Konate he made a huge difference. Plus Konate, you know him. He's brilliant. He's brilliant at defending. And obviously Argentina made those changes for the penalties. I think it's Saisa. Yeah. So on the day, for me, France could have lost it in the first half, and Argentina could have won it in the first half. They thought they won it in the first half, but they made the same mistake as they did the Netherlands game. They thought they won the game without even winning it. So it was a good game to watch. For me, one of the best World Cup finals I've ever seen. I'm not saying the FIFA World Cup where Qatar was the best I've ever seen. I'm saying the final was one of the best that I've ever seen. Obviously, me as a South African, the best FIFA for me, it was here or at home in South Africa. But the match can't take anything away from match. It had goals, it had emotions. Argentina players were crying. So yeah, when it comes to penalties, I will not say anything because I told you when we began, Loris is very bad at penalties. Loris doesn't save penalties. Martinez on the other side is a beast when it comes to penalties. He thrives on that. You can see it intimidating his opponent. He does that. He's that good. And for me, France players didn't know how to kick the ball into the net. So congratulations to Lionel Messi. Congratulations to Argentina for winning the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And yeah, finally getting his World Cup. But I felt, for me on the day, man of the match had to go to Kylian Mbappe. He scored 3 goals. He brought his team from the dead to a potential winner of the World Cup. So for me, he deserved the man of the match. Obviously, other people have their opinion. That's what I'm saying. Hit the like and subscribe buttons there and give me your honest opinion. Who do you think deserves the man of the match more? Is it Mbappe or is it Lionel Messi? And let's base it on facts. Let's not base it because of Messi won the World Cup, but let's base it on the performance of both players in the final. Even the player of the final, even the player of the tournament, it's still debatable as well between them, Messi and Mbappe. It's still debatable. If you look at it, Mbappe has scored more, and Messi has 1 assist over Mbappe. Go look at the stats. I'm not making this up. Go look at the stats, guys, and tell me who it. And the other one's goal. Remember, get penalty. Half of Messi's goals are penalties. Mbappe, now at the final, it is now that he scored those 2 penalties. But before, he hasn't scored a penalty. So look at it. Tell me what you think. But yeah, as I said, congratulations to Lionel Messi. He was now won 10 La Liga titles. He's won a French league title, 7 Copa del Rey, 7 Copa de España, 4 Champions Leagues, 3 UEFA Super Cups, 3 Club World Cups, and he's got 7 Ballon d'Ors, a Copa America, and obviously the one that matters the most, the World Cup. One of the greatest players we've ever seen grace our screens, Lionel Messi. For me, yeah, I've said my piece. Whether you like it or not, it's my opinion. That's why I say every time in the show that the nice thing about this beautiful game is that everyone can have their own opinion. It doesn't mean that I am wrong. It doesn't mean that I am right. It's just my opinion and how I feel the game. But for me, Di Maria won Argentina the World Cup. For me, that's for me. You guys can say Messi, but for me, my winner that won them the World Cup is Di Maria and Martinez. Fine, Messi scored the goals and whatnot, but the inclusion Di Maria into the starting lineup, the chances he created, the goal he scored, he looked dangerous. He made France to change their tactics because of not Messi, but because of Di Maria. And for me, he won them. Martinez, at on penalty, a beast, as I said before. He won them the penalty knockout. So for me, Martinez and Di Maria, never taking anything away from Messi. He carried the team from group stages up until the knockout stages. But in the final, for me, Di Maria, Martinez won them the FIFA World Cup. Let me know in the comment section right now who has been your number one, who has been your player of the tournament, who has been your man of the match in the final, and for you, who has won the final for Argentina. Let me know in the comment section. Remember, like and subscribe. Club football is coming back Wednesday. Wednesday. Ha. Club second World Cup. Club football coming back on Wednesday. My team, Manchester United, playing against Burnley in the is this Wednesday? FA Cup. No, Carabao. Fixtures. Let me be right. Let me not get this wrong. Ein Season. Ein Season. Manchester United. Fixtures fine. Yeah, so club football is coming back. The DSTV Premiership coming back Friday. The big one, 30th. The big one, 30th of December. Mamelodi Sundowns against Orlando Pirates. Loftus Firstfield. Who's winning that one? Orlando Pirates. Not Kaiser Chiefs, man. Eish. Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns, 31st of December at Loftus. Yeah, Tuesday, the 27th of, not Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday, 21st of December. Manchester United is coming back. We are playing against Burnley. That's why the club football is back. The EFL Cup is back. Some of the features is Manchester City versus Liverpool on Thursday. Wolves versus Gillingham on tomorrow. So it's actually coming back tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see the fixtures. But one outstanding player before I leave for Argentina for me has been Brighton's McAllister. He's been good. He's been solid at this World Cup. Enzo Fernandez, who won the Young Footballer Player of the Year, has been exceptional. I think Benfica is going to have a lot of people knocking on their doors for that boy. That boy is a star. And obviously not forgetting Africa's very own coming fourth in the third and playoffs. Morocco making up. Congratulations to them to making it to the semi-finals. And obviously couldn't win the bronze, but Croatia did. So yeah, congratulations to Morocco. And for that, we've got another spot in the FIFA World Cup 2026. Hopefully Bafana make it. Yeah. So yeah, this has been your boy. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it. I'm out.